Hi, I'm Jeff Murrah, and I want to welcome you to True Texas History, where today we are going to be going over the Goliad Declaration of Independence. I know I posted a video just a little bit earlier today, but the sound was off, so I was redoing it. For it was on this day, December the 20th, 1835, that the Goliad Declaration of Independence was signed. Now, the story behind it is that the garrison there at Goliad, which was commanded by Philip Dimmitt, they went ahead and put together a Declaration of Independence. They had had enough of trying to placate Mexican authorities, and they felt as though it's time. And the Declaration of Independence was not received well by some of the Texas leaders that were located at San Felipe at the time, although 2 days earlier, Stephen F. Austin had changed his position from one of trying to placate Mexico and get along and can we all just get along type of mentality to no, we've got to sever these ties with Mexico. So he had changed his mind. Of course, it's amazing what doing a stint in prison will do for changing your mind about things, which is one of the things that happened with Stephen F. Austin. Now, Philip Dimmitt had already had a claim to fame, and I will go ahead and go over some of those things. One of the things that he did, he was the originator of the 1824 flag. Actually, the Constitution of 1824 flag. This one and the design later became that one. And he had designed the flag and had actually written to Stephen F. Austin and say, hey, I've got a new flag for our nation. And it was during the siege of Behar that Dimmitt went ahead and took that flag with him to San Antonio. So that's how Dimmitt made the flag and ended up in San Antonio and is associated with the Alamo after that. Now Dimmitt returned back to Goliad, took command of the fort and the people there, and in early December of 1835 hoisted the Bloody Arm flag. He made his intentions known. Texas, we needed to cut ourselves off from Mexico. He let that be known. And in fact, the same motif showed up in one of the later Texas flags, as you see here, the Bloody Arm flag, with the stars and stripes there. Now, Philip Dimmitt went on after he finished his command there at Goliad, because some of the higher-ups did not approve of what he was going. Although he did have an independent command, he later went ahead and came with some volunteers to the Alamo, helped out, and actually served as a scout. And when the Mexican troops came and surrounded the Alamo, he managed to escape, found his way down to Victoria, and there around Victoria he found some volunteers. He did make some runs to Gonzales, as he was ordered to, and then he went back down and escorted some volunteers that had arrived at Matagorda Island up to where the army was, and by that time they were at San Jacinto. And when he and those volunteers arrived along with some supplies, those were the first supplies that arrived to Houston's army after the victory at San Jacinto. Now Dimmitt was, he contributed greatly to the Texas independence movement, and in fact opened up his own warehouses because he was a successful businessman down there. In fact, a place called Dimmitt's Landing down there on the coast. And unfortunately, he often was running in competition with Samuel Kinney. Now, I did an earlier video on Kinney, and he's quite an interesting character as well. But a Mexican force had come up to the Corpus Christi area, had captured Philip Dimmitt, took him down to Mexico, held him prisoner, and along with several other Texians, they managed to put some morphine in the wine of the guards. They escaped. Some of them were captured and shot, but since all of them were not captured, Dimmitt was seen as being held responsible for whatever they did, and if they didn't come back, he was going to be shot. So Dimmitt went ahead and essentially did the overdose on morphine himself, preferring, the old Roman idea of taking his own life rather than spending the rest of his life there in prison by Mexican authorities. He is a figure that looms large in Texas independence. In his Goliad Declaration of Independence, it did alienate some of the Mexican states, the other states, because they were hoping that there would be this massive overthrow of the Central Mexican Authority. That didn't come to pass. And Dimmitt said, it's now or never for Texas, and he was determined to go ahead and see Texas as a free and independent nation, which it did become. And he contributed his life and his treasure to that independence, and was very much a part of the struggle. He also operated quite a spy network. He had relatives there in Mexico, mainly the Mexican state of Zacatecas, so he knew about Santa Anna and his atrocities committed in Zacatecas and what he had planned for Texas if he was able to regain control. So today marks an important day in terms of Texas independence that needs to be honored. Honor to the Goliad Declaration of Independence. I hope you get a chance to go down there and visit. It's worthwhile. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Give your thumbs up. So until next time, this is Jeff Murrah, wishing you vaya con Dios, my friends. Goodbye.